What's going on? It's Momo, Head Movement TV with the voice of British boxing, Adam Smith. How you doing today?
Very good, yeah, very good. We're back as a team all together at Sky. We're excited about the coming few weeks and months. I think the autumn-winter schedule in boxing is probably the best we've seen in decades. I mean, with all the competition now that's out there, with huge fights virtually every weekend, not just ours, but next weekend you've got Canelo and Golovkin, you've got the World Super Series final, you've got the likes of, you know, Frampton and Warrington and Fury and Wilder in the works. You've got huge amounts on Sky, from Amir Khan to obviously AJ in a couple of weeks, to a string of great shows from both sides of the pond in October. We're everywhere. We're in Newcastle, we're in Boston, in Chicago, in London. It's fantastic, I think, for all of us, for fight fans, and you know, boxing's hot. That's good.
Boxing's hot again. This is it. What should we expect from Amir Khan this time? Obviously, 39 seconds last time out. It's not a fair assessment of anyone. So.
I think it was difficult for him, you know, last time out. You know, he'd been out for a couple of years, you know, after the terrible knockout by Canelo. You know, back down at welterweight, everyone expected Phil McGregor to take him a few rounds, and you know, we know with Amir that one thing he has got is blistering speed, and it's one thing he's kept. So I thought it was a terrific performance, albeit short and sweet, and I expect him to be as sharp again on Saturday night against Samuel Vargas. But I hope really, for his sake and for Joe Goosen's sake, that they do get plenty of rounds on Saturday night. I think they need rounds. If they're going to go into a super fight with the likes of Kell or Manny Pacquiao later in the year, but I think that he needs, you know, 6 to 8 to 9 rounds. I think, you know, a quick blowout would be fantastic for his confidence and for the crowd, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you've got to win your fight. But I think in an ideal world, I think he needs rounds, and I think Samuel Vargas has had a good enough camp, and I think he's strong enough at his level to be able to provide that. Yes, he got beaten by Errol. He's game. He got beaten by Errol Spence and Danny Garcia, and Amir Khan shouldn't lose to Samuel Vargas on Saturday. But look, you know, he's with Chris Johnson. They've got a buoyant and positive and experienced camp. I think they're coming to win. So I expect a really good fight as long as it lasts, but I expect Amir to come out victorious. And I think, as I said, in an ideal world for Team Khan, they get some rounds under their belt too.
So let's assume he wins. I know we shouldn't do that all the time, but what would you like personally?
You should never assume this. Yeah, I mean, we all turned up when Amir left ITV and came to Sky, and we all gave him the massive build-up, and 54 seconds later against Bredas Prescott, everyone was sort of picking up the pieces and deciding what to do. Look, these things happen in boxing, and as he proved, he can come back. He went out to Freddie Roach, he went out to the wild card within a year. He'd won the world title against Kotelnik back at the same arena. You know, boxing is a learning sport. You know, there are knockbacks. Tommy Langford was saying, you know, he wants to put it right against Jason Wellborn because he underestimated him last time. You know, I think Amir knows now that every opponent in front of him is important, and if he loses Samuel Vargas, it's virtually over. So he can't afford that to happen. In his mind, I'm sure he won't let that happen. But yeah, upsets do happen. If it does go according to plan, which I think it will. I'm looking at, you know, hopefully December for a big fight for him. You know, will it be Pacquiao? Will it be Brook? I've gone on record many times. My whole team want the Kell-Brook fight. I want the Kell-Brook fight.
There's Garcia Porter as well fighting on the same night.
That's a great fight as well. And you know, and obviously Keith Thurman's out there. There are other big fights, but look, it's Khan-Brook, Brook-Khan, however you want to look at it. That's the fight that everybody wants in Britain. And I think, you know, it should happen. As I've said to both of them, you know, they are at a stage of their careers where I feel they need each other. I think it's a huge fight. It'll make them a lot of money. I think it'll be a great clash of styles and characters and personalities. I think it'll be so good, I think they'll come again as well. So I'd like to see Amir Khan against Kell-Brook.
These are big fights in the future, definitely.
That's a big fight.
It's
a fight we've been talking about for a long time.
100%. I mean, very, very close to it now. Kell's also agreed to come down to 147.
Sorry, folks. I think you've heard it from Amir, and I think Kell thinks the same way. I think it's a fight that needs to happen for British boxing, and I think it'll have the narrative like Froch and Groves. And we never got Ricky Hatton and Junior Witter. I'd like to make sure we get Kell-Brook and Amir Khan.
I think one press conference is all it takes. One press conference, if they know that they're fighting, is all it takes. I don't think you need any other media. I don't think you need any other promotion.
Well, we had them on ringside a few years ago.
I remember.
And George Groves and Carl Froch was certainly ignited on ringside when we got them together. And there was the same sort of feeling when James DeGale and George Groves came together, and there was the same feeling with Amir Khan and Kell-Brook. Sometimes it takes two personalities to really start clicking, and I think these two need each other now. and I think we need it to happen before it's too late, before we lose it forever. So I'm putting pressure as much as I can on Eddie and on both the fighters, as you saw with Amir, and I am with Kell. And I know Kell wants it, and I know Amir wants it. But then I know Anthony Joshua wants to fight Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder wants to fight Anthony Joshua. So sometimes it's not just down to what the fighters want, but it's down to the business working. So I'm hoping now that this can come quicker, and if not, then we'll get Pacquiao in the ring with one of them.
That's not a bad shout. Just before I let you go, do you have any news on any confirmation regarding Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? I know Sky Sports is obviously not dealing with it, but
sure,
you might have more access to information than we do.
As far as I'm hearing, it'll happen. I'm hearing any time between November and December. I heard originally November 17th, and I heard early December. I think it's a terrific fight to be made. You know, Joshua and Wilder didn't happen. I think it wasn't going to happen because of the Povetkin situation, because of the American offer not being what the Brits wanted. I think they wanted Joshua to fight at Wembley. I think that he put his flag pole down and said, I'm fighting at Wembley the next 2 fights. I'd love it to be Deontay Wilder. I think it was all too quick and too late to happen in September. That fight can still happen in April, of course, but in the meantime, both Deontay Wilder needs to fight and Tyson Fury needs to fight. It's a fantastic move by Frank Warren and Shelley Finkel to get it together. It's sort of been announced, but it hasn't really been announced. Certainly hasn't been officially announced what date. I should think maybe they'll use the Canelo and Golovkin fight next week in Vegas to maybe do something around it and confirm it. But I expect that fight to happen in November or December, and I think it's a fascinating one, and I think it's really good for heavyweight boxing. But let's hope it happens. Let's hope that that it goes ahead, and I think with AJ and Povetkin on September the 22nd,
also
which
a
is
huge fight,
a massive fight, and I think people are underestimating Alexander Povetkin. I think wrongly so. He's certainly, if AJ and Deontay are the best 2 heavyweights in the world, you know, Tyson Fury's on the comeback. Alexander Povetkin's number 3.
You watch Povetkin versus Klitschko. He gets strapped 4 times, and he still charges at him every single time.
He's got the heart of a lion. He's a dangerous fighter. He's a well-schooled fighter. He has absolutely nothing to lose and no pressure on his shoulders. It's a huge risk for Anthony Joshua being on the cusp and the threshold of fights like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. If Alexander Povetkin knocks him out, you've got to rebuild AJ. But I think Joshua would have done his homework. I think he's had a meticulous camp. I think Rob McCracken will make sure no stone is left unturned. We've been out with Povetkin. He's trained very hard. I expect a really, really high-octane fight on September the 22nd. But I think Joshua will come through, and then I think the Wilder, Fury, Joshua triangle will carry on. Chuck Dillian White into the mix, who's obviously hugely exciting and deserved probably of his chance maybe to fight him in April. Will he fight Derek Chisora in a rematch? That's fascinating. There's Dominic Brazil. You chuck him back into the mix. You've got Big Baby Miller, who's on in Chicago, I think on October 6th. So there's so many out there.
Fury and Pulev as well. That can throw a span in
of course
in the works.
So you've got 10. We've named 10 fighters at heavyweight. That's great. And there's more. There's Daniel Dubois coming through. He's just been sparring with Povetkin. There's a huge amount, you know, and there's great fights on every channel, not just on Sky over the next few weeks and months. So I'm hoping that the fight fan really gets the value for money and loves this time in boxing, because it doesn't always happen. Boxing's a cyclical sport, you know, and it's really, really powerful at the moment. So let's all enjoy it. Then you've got Eddie trying to go over to America and take on the might of Showtime and all the others with DAZN.
And Bob Arum in the shadows at the moment.
Bob Arum and Oscar and Al Heyman and all of that. So there's fun times ahead, but I think it's, as I said, I think it's a winner for fight fans to get some really good matches and to get week in, week out content. And hopefully we play more than our part in that, and keep doing what we do on Sky, which we've obviously done for many years now. And
a great job at that.
We want to get better and better.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'll leave you to it. You're going to be busy right now, but thank you very much.
No problem.
That's Momo Head Movement TV, Halamala Talavala with Adam Smith. Thank you very much, my friend. See you later.